probably deep 60. And I've got that report that makes me absolutely want to just pull my hair out. Let's go back to your calls, and Sean Stone's joining us. Danny in New York, welcome.
Oh, man, I didn't think I'd be able to get on this fast.
Well, you are, sir, worldwide. Please, hit me.
All right, man, I want to talk about entitlements today. You know, Governor Christie came out talking about we became an entitlement country and everything, but they force us to take Social Security from birth. Like, even though we don't need it. This is just something that's...
No, that's how they do it. They take your money, steal it, pay you back 5 cents on the dollar, and then tell you how you're dependent as they shut your jobs down and ship them overseas with tax incentives. They cut your legs off and then make fun of you for being crippled.
Right. So, you know what? I got a letter from Social Security Administration from Cheryl Saporkin, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have gotten this. But it says, and I quote, "The Social Security Act does not require a person to have a Social Security number to live and work in the United States, nor does it require a Social Security number simply for the purpose of having one." Now, if that's true, why does all the businesses tend to tell you got to have a number in order to?
I was about to say it is illegal to make you give a Social Security number for anything but the administration of that program. That's on record, and until a few years ago, it was on the card. But because notice the illegal aliens don't need it for jobs or for in many cases or for bank accounts. It's only for you, the U.S. citizen. Is known as the galactic chump. Have you heard my right whale analogy? The right whales were down to just a few dozen, almost extinct, when they were one of the most plentiful whales in the sea. A gregarious, bumping boats, playful with humans like dolphins. Very slow, sweet, trusting. So the whalers called them the right whale. It's the right one to kill. And that's what we're known as. The New World Order sees us and they see in neon chump idiots. They see Americans, whether you're old, young, black, white, Hispanic, they don't care. They see Americans as suckers, as food on the table. And we've got to wake up to that and realize we have turned into a joke.
Not me, not anymore. I'm fighting it. I just want to thank you for the last time I spoke to you about the family court, and you told me to start something up with a men's program, and I'm working on that, you know, because I'm the guy who told you that you need to persevere, that, you know, it's not he who wins the race. Is like you got to go to the end. I gave you a quick Bible quote the last time I spoke to you, and I'm just trying to talk fast, so it's like, you know.
No, I remember, and that meant a lot to me, and you're absolutely right. It's just like George Washington. It's not about winning the battles. It's about never giving up. I mean, the North Vietnamese lost almost every battle, but they won the war because it's about never giving up. I mean, even if somebody's clobbering you and you keep fighting and hurting them, it gets old for them. They want a quick victory. And you just chew on their heels, bite them. I mean, that's what it comes down to here. God bless you, brother. Sorry, I got to cut you off quick. You know I'm so long-winded. Sean Stone's coming up for about 50 minutes. Then I promise, back to your phone calls and a ton of news. This is Alex Jones. It is hour number 2. We will have open phones and news, including the latest on the corporate media trying to cause a race war in this country. It's now completely confirmed. The Justice Department, MSNBC, they're all involved. The inside intel we've got is in the next 72 hours, well, now less, the next 68 hours or so, they're going to announce that they're not going to prosecute him because there's 4 witnesses that Trayvon Martin was on top of Zimmerman punching him in the face. This is purely about getting the American people fighting with each other. Does that mean that there isn't such a thing as walking while black or driving while black and that blacks do get unfairly targeted sometimes? Obviously, that's going on. I can see why people get mad. But it's a manipulation by the social engineers. Undoubtedly, that's why MSNBC's been caught putting out fake video, fake audio, red-handed, trying to make Zimmerman sound like a racist. That's why the White House has been promoting it. That's why you've seen Al Sharpton and all these people pushing uprisings and saying, do you want violence? And the new Black Panther Party saying we need blood in the streets, kill white people. This is because government run by the foreign banks does not want us getting together against Goldman Sachs, the New World Order, the TSA, getting together under the Bill of Rights, Constitution, family, private property, the free market. They don't want us to say no to carbon taxes. They don't want us to say no to the open borders. They don't want us to say no to the New World Order. They don't want us to say no to tax incentives to ship our jobs to China. They don't want us to wake up, which is starting to happen. And so they are actually trying to get riots going in this country. Right as they try to launch new wars. They'd had the aircraft carriers last week. They announced we're going to leave the Persian Gulf. They sent another one and had the others double back. First time that's happened in decades. That was in Reuters I covered Monday. So the aircraft carriers, it's all back on. I mean, this is crazy what's going on right now. Now, about a week and a half ago, Sean Stone, of course, a TV host, director, writer, been in more than 100 movies. One of the latest was Wall Street. His father, of course, Oliver Stone. He said, look, we've got to do more. I know this congressman's got an impeachment bill in. It's not getting attention. We've got to produce something like the Coney 2012 video, but not something that's based in lies and propaganda to launch a new war, something based in truth. And I said, well, you know, what's your idea? And he said, I'm going to cut an audio piece. I'd like you to add video to it. And I'd like you to get behind saying, look, we've got to impeach Obama. And I said, absolutely. So a week and a half later, Rob Jacobson and some of the other crew have put together this 9-minute video that we're going to premiere at the bottom of the hour. And then Sean will continue on with us until the hour is over. And after we premiere the video, an article is going to go up at Infowars.com that Kurt Nimmo is putting together right now. He's put it together for a few days. The problem is, when you talk about high crimes and misdemeanors, I mean, it's just clear. The sub-articles in the Constitution, you launch a war without congressional approval, it's a high crime misdemeanor. It is treason. Because you're trying to become a dictator. That's the danger in every country throughout history, from Caesar on. From Julius Caesar right through Augustus Caesar to Caligula to Nero, right through to Hitler. And we see this happening now. It's what happens in third world countries all the time. But he went further. He said, I don't just do this turning my office into a dictatorship, which even mainstream newspapers are now saying. Last week when he told the Supreme Court he could overrule them and that they didn't count. I mean, even the Washington Post said this is dictatorial behavior. And again, it's not that Obama himself would be a dictator. The office is under the National Security Council and Goldman Sachs and J.P. Morgan Chase that put him into power. They already have installed presidents and prime ministers in a score of European countries, in Eastern Europe, in third world countries in Latin America. They have Goldman Sachs people who are installed as the presidents and prime ministers. Italy, with Monti. Same thing in Greece. They tried it in Iceland for a year. The normally peaceful Icelanders turned into the Vikings they are and said no. And it turned out 92% in that case of the debt was not theirs. The government was signing them on to somebody else's debt. Obama has done that. He's launched wars without congressional approval. He's hired nothing but foreign lobbyists. He signed the NDAA, totally unconstitutional, saying they can secretly arrest us, expanded torture. He's now arresting journalists who talk to whistleblowers, who expose corruption. Bush didn't do that. Again, even the Washington Post was like, this is scary. And that's the establishment. We have to impeach him, or at least get the movement going to say to the world, this type of illegal power grab will be blocked, even if he is a power puppet. He's like a wicked globalist titan controlled by Kronos, to use a analogy. He's still a dangerous puppet charging over us. And are the Republicans bad? You bet. We'll try to impeach them too. I tried to get Bush impeached. I tried to get Clinton impeached, and it worked to a certain level. They voted to start the impeachment and move the trial to the Senate, and then that got killed. The point is, the things Obama has done make Bill Clinton look like a choir boy, as bad as he was, all the evil. He makes Bush at many levels look tame, and it's going to get worse under the next president. We have to rein in these criminals. And so we're going to break this down in the video. He covers 4 big points. Kurt's going to cover 10 or more. And it's going to be an article and a video. After we premiere it here on the radio, the video will go live the next hour at Infowars.com, probably sooner, with the video on YouTube to go viral and links to social media, you name it. And send a message to the crooks. We know you're criminal, and we're saying in the court of public opinion, you are impeached. In fact, I think I'm going to have another headline by Watson or somebody on top of this, or a duplicate of the video, and I'm going to call it, you know, something like the American people have already impeached Obama. Court of public opinion impeaches Obama. I'm going to have that added to his, because that's the point here. Resistance is not futile. They tell you it is because you've got the power. By the way, we beat SOPA. They're back with a new bill to openly shut things down extrajudicially. It's all happening. Now, Sean Stone, host of the upcoming third season of Conspiracy Theory, joins us with Jesse Ventura and, of course, Tyrell Ventura. I'm getting those guys on soon. And he recently went to Iran and simply said that he recognizes that it's the same God, that, you know, the Jews, Christians, Muslims, whether you believe that or not, that's what the Muslims believe. And he was saying, I recognize you as a thing of solidarity. The media said he converted to Islam. He was saying, I recognize, to try to de-escalate things. But, of course, the media spun that as well. Now, going to him, this is a big deal, and I'm glad you're doing this, and we should all do this. In fact, other people should launch their own videos saying impeach him for your own reasons. Just let's do something. Let's get this going. We've got the power. Sean Stone, very exciting what we're launching here. Instead of calling it Coney 2012 with establishment fake viral spread that blew up, this is based in facts and will only grow. And, of course, we're going to call it Impeach Obama 2012. And it's going to be launched here today, right now. And it's up to the listeners and viewers on XM 166 and over 100 AM and FMs, Global Shortwave, WWCR, Infowars.com. It's up to you. We put the work in, done it. Now we're giving you the ball. I mean, we're giving you the seed. You've got to plant it. You've got to put sun on it. You've got to water it. Sean, great to have you with us. Break down as we go to break here in about 3-4 minutes what's coming up in the video and why you did this.
Hey, Alex. Well, yeah, the urgency is informing people that we are currently, as we call it, in a state of martial law. We are going towards a state of worse insanity, as you're well aware of, and you're one of the few people out there that's actually raising the alarms on this. And the more I talk to people regarding, why Obama is so dangerous, as you're well aware, most people seem to think, well, he's a smart guy. He was trained at Harvard, and which is usually means he's very dangerous, but he's too smart to allow things like this to take martial law and assassinating American citizens. He must be justified. So I wanted to make an infomercial, essentially, right? In contrast, as you say, to Coney 2012, because the point is, it's not about these wars abroad. It's not about war with Iran or war in Uganda or war anywhere else, or Syria, anywhere else, but right here at home, the war on the American people that's taking place right now and is escalating, as we see, and you point out, on a daily basis, not even just a weekly basis anymore. So if we don't start to activate people in the process of impeaching Obama, we cannot take our country back. You say it's a republic, you say that it's your country, so I say, okay, fine, prove it. Start this process of impeaching him. You may not succeed, but in the process, let's spread this video. Let's make it viral. Let's get millions, hundreds of millions of people in America to at least realize what's going on, to become aware. And in that process, we're succeeding. And, forget about the election in 6 months. We don't know if that's going to come.
Exactly. Roll over and die. If people don't...
November. What if we don't make it to November?
Exactly. If people don't throw...
What if we have a whole new country by then?
Exactly. If people don't throw themselves behind this, then they should just roll over and die. Continue, Sean.
Alex?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think sometimes Skype doesn't sync, and then when I talk to you, you can't hear me, and it cuts the feed up. Can you hear me now? All right, we're having a Skype issue with him, but that's okay. Sean, can you hear me now? Okay, we're going to bring him back up after the break. So it was a Skype problem there. This is very, very exciting. This is very, very important, and it's true. And he's put together a very nice presentation, and we merged it with our video and some clips. Rob Jacobson did a superlative job. So did some of the other graphics guys like Marcos Morales and Darren McBreen and John Brown and others that contributed to this piece. And we've done the work here. We're begging you. He's saying we're under UN command. He has the generals telling the Congress, we take orders from the UN. He's saying he'll arrest and disappear citizens. The NSA last week told Congress, under presidential order, they're not going to tell Congress about the new NSA base and what it's doing in Utah. Congress passes the laws and has the